Hey y'all, welcome to the Broken Buddha. Joseph James here. Today I just want to talk about some hand formations, more specifically keeping the tiger's mouth or Laogong open. I just did a Tai Chi form and I wanted to clarify some things because you're going to see my hand form change probably, and unless I'm focusing on hand forms that day, I focus more on energy flow. So let's cover this really quick because I know this is a very misconstrued topic, as many things in Kung Fu are. Keeping the tiger's mouth open means keeping this gap open or keeping the Laogong point open for your main chi flow for various reasons. The best, most understood way of this is what is the normal Tai Chi form, which usually their thumb is out like this kind of, but you really want this arch. This is the tiger's mouth. More specifically, the Laogong point is the tiger's mouth, but when people talk about having the tiger's mouth open, they're specifically referring to something like this. And it doesn't matter what style you're doing, because I'll explain this as best as I understand it. I am not a master, I'm an expert, there's a huge difference. I do not know everything about any style, so I just kind of see like a whole big picture. So here's what I got. Your Wudang hand forms, or classic tiger's mouth hand form, is going to be erect index finger, perfectly straight always. The other three slightly arched, space a little bit here, a little more here, a little more here. And again, what you're going for is not only having this tiger's mouth open, but making sure you feel the Laogong, because as I'm about to change my hand form, and again, this is your classic Wudang or open tiger's mouth as I understand it. A little bit of space, a little bit more, a lot of bit of space, tiger's mouth open, that's what matters. So now I'm going to switch to what you think is an external style, but I'm going to use Master Keith Maza's version of their hand form, because when he does it, I can tell he's keeping the tiger's mouth open. There's nothing wrong with this hand form. It has a very specific usage, but we're not talking about that today, and I'll get into that another day. So, but when you're here, the reason why you see some of these hunsaos here is because, and any of their palm strikes, is because they're keeping their Laogong or tiger's mouth open, and it's the same feeling. You're not going for this feeling. When you do this, and you tense your hand just right, and you get the right formation proper, you'll feel that your Laogong point is open. Same thing with when you're here. The hand formation changes, but what you're focusing on is that Laogong feeling, right? So now I'm going to switch to an even smaller one, which is the white crane hand form, which goes to here. And this is pretty much going to be the tightest one, but it's the same thing. You have, here, erect, downwing, lighter part, there you go. But you're still focusing on the Laogong, and you can feel the Laogong open when you're like this, doing your white crane. And I have to go back to the Wang Chun, because the Wang Chun is actually the opposite from what I was told classically, is that you have a larger space here, smaller, and then smaller, and it goes into something more like this. It's like the opposite of Wudang, but it's still about having that point open, and every style has its plenty of reasons to have the hand forms the way they do. And again, with the white crane, you're here, but you can see my tiger's mouth is open, and you can feel it. So if you don't feel what I'm talking about, you just need to keep doing your forms and building chi until you finally get there, because you should feel it here, you should feel it here, you should feel it here, and you should feel it here. All right, and you can use any one of those, because there is a Tai Chi hand form that is just like this that you may have seen me do, where you're pushing these two out, pulling these two in, keeping them neutral on the internal aspect of things for the energy flow. But even if you're just making sure you get that tiger's mouth feeling, that's really all that matters, All right, so you've got your Wudang. I'm going to mess these up because I'm going to do them really quick, run out of battery power. Get your Wang Chun, tiger's mouth open, white crane, tiger's mouth open, Tai Chi, tiger's mouth open. And the white crane and the Tai Chi are from Dr. Yang Jung Ming. Look at his work at ymaa.com. Master Keith Maza has a wonderful platform, Ensemble, Master Keith Maza. Check that out. And I think that's everything. And they also, YMA has a lot of stuff on Tai Chi 24, so check that out. But this is what Monk Joseph James knows about Kung Fu hand forms, keeping the tiger's mouth open, keeping the Laogong open. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace and blessings. Thank you for stopping by.